At the end of this video, you will be equipped with the tools to ensure you and your child have a calm afternoon after school with the 5 tips that I'm about to share with you. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to create the afternoon you imagined for you and your child instead of the meltdowns and the steps you need to take to get there. I'm Jo and I help mums learn natural solutions to help heal and support their kids with learning difficulties so that mums can get that much needed me time back. And in this video, I'm going to help you get your afternoon back and remove the afternoon meltdowns. So first of all, let's look at what causes the meltdowns. So if you think about it, our children are in the learning environment, they're trying to hold it together all day to ensure that they fit in, really. That's what it ultimately comes down to. So they're holding it together. And as soon as they get into the car with mum, that's their safe space. And that is why they unleash that frustration, which comes out as a meltdown. So let's look at the tips. So my first tip is to ensure that you've got a really healthy, nutritious snack and some pure water. Now, why food? You probably find that you pack your children off with a nutritious lunchbox and they bring half of it home. Well, that certainly was the case with mine. She would get so distracted with what her friends were doing that she would forget to eat, she'd want to go and play, and so the lunchbox would come back half full. So they're hungry. And that, a hungry child, hangry, it can create that frustration and that meltdown to take place. So we'll nip that straight in the bud, provide them with some food as soon as they get into the car. Tip number 2. Invest, if you haven't got one already, in a car diffuser for essential oils to be diffused through the car. I switch mine on as soon as I leave home. It runs until after we get back home, so the whole of the journey there and back from school. I like to work with doTERRA, the Peace Blend and the Adaptive Blend. Both are really soothing to the nervous system, that central nervous system. So they're very, very calming and they can really help to soothe those emotions. I also like to have a roller bottle of oil, of essential oil. So it's diluted with a carrier oil, so it's safe to apply to the skin. If the child permits, take off the socks and shoes and apply to the soles of the feet. If not, just swipe the back of the neck. It gets straight into the central nervous system and it immediately starts to have that calming effect. Tip number 4, sound. So maybe create a playlist. It could involve you and the child coming up with a playlist, but some really soothing music. Now, I do like guided meditations too, but with that, you probably need to pull the car over so that it's safe for both you and the child. And you could do the guided meditation together, and I will share a guided meditation that we've had great success with. And then number 5, if time permits, pull the car over. Get out and go and sit next to your child. They might not let you touch them or give them a hug or a cuddle. I know mine certainly didn't, but just by being in that space and removing myself from the front of the car and getting into the back of the car certainly helped to soothe the emotion, and they felt a little bit more supported. You could perhaps read them a story depending on the age of the child. Now, if time permits, I highly recommend, if you've got somewhere in your local environment, it could be by a lake, by a river, it could be by the ocean depending on where you live, or it could just be that there's a beautiful piece of grass or a park, a playground. Get out of the car. If the weather permits, socks and shoes off. Allow the child to ground. Take your own off. Ground together. It's really, really calming. And then you can jump in the car, head back home. By the time you get out of the car, the child is going to be so calm and grounded that you've curbed that afternoon meltdown so that you can go into the home together and you can enjoy your afternoon and your evening. You've set yourself up for success. So comment below with any tips you've had success with after school to calm the meltdowns. Click on the video right here to keep watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe so I can keep bringing you awesome content. Enjoy.